Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Fisher. I am the band director at Lycoming Valley, and I am here with my colleague, Mrs. Johnson, who's going to wave to you now.
Hello.
I want to let you know that a couple things. First of all, as we go through our meeting tonight, first of all, if you have a question, all right, if you have a question, I want you to either post it in the chat publicly, or you can direct that question to Mrs. Johnson. It'll say Danielle Johnson, co-host, in the chat. She's going to be watching the chat while I'm going through the information and trying to take care of some of that. And just checking my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. And also, I should warn you ahead of time that we are recording the meeting so that anyone who may have a question can go back and watch it later. I also have a student teacher who is going to be reviewing this as part of her training. And so if you do not wish to have your face on the video, you can turn off your video and we can get that taken care of. Now, there's just a couple last minute people joining us here, and as we go, we'll get them assigned into band or orchestra room as we go. So I took care of talking about Mrs. Johnson and the chat and the recording of this meeting. So I believe we can get started with the actual meeting. Now, what you see on the screen is a slideshow that I'm going to be going through so that I can get the information to you the clearest way possible. So let us begin. So good evening. I'd like to thank you for coming tonight and applaud you for taking an interest in having your child in band and orchestra. Tonight, we want your child to be able to join the thousands of students all over the country that will begin this lifelong activity. It's not easy at first. It takes patience on your part and your child's part, and encouragement and self-discipline. However, what they get out of it will be great. We are very proud of the Williamsport Area School District's music program. For the past 42 years, our district has had numerous national, regional, and state recognitions, including being named one of the top 100 communities for music education in the country for several years in a row. Every student is important, and we think of each child who will continue through the program all the way through high school. In case you missed it, when our faces on the chat, you can see them right here. I am Mr. Fisher. I am the one on the left. Mrs. Johnson is on the right. So if you haven't met us before, that's who we are. So playing an instrument, some of the benefits, obviously it's the things that are on the screen there, but also the music classroom is a place where it's safe to explore and try new things. We become a family, and it's a place where everyone belongs. We do get to know each other quite well, especially after 3 years of working together at Lycoming Valley. The latest music education research shows that playing a musical instrument activates more regions of the brain than almost any other human activity. We develop lifelong skills such as teamwork, self-discipline, healthy self-esteem, perseverance, dependability, confidence, and a sense of pride. Now, what's your role in your students' music education? We're going to look at the 4 B's that the kids know so well. Being present and supportive at all concerts and practice. Being responsible, making sure that your child has all the necessary materials. Being safe. Instruments are fragile. They need to be kept in a safe, temperature-controlled place. Be respectful, encourage your children, and focus on the positives. By encouraging practice, it will help them because it's a crucial part of playing an instrument. Students need to be reminded. I'm sure that comes as a shock to all of you. Next, down to the kind of nitty-gritty of what we're doing here tonight. How do I get an instrument? Well, there are basically two ways. One is that you apply for a school district, that you would apply for a school district instrument if you qualify. Now, the number of school district instruments is limited, so please know that we receive more applications than we have instruments. If you are able, we recommend renting in order to guarantee that your child gets an instrument of good quality. Those who receive a school district instrument will need to pay a $50 user fee, which is an annual payment. This money goes toward the ongoing care of the instrument, but does not cover damage due to neglect or misuse. If you are renting, we welcome you to go to any music retail store. This evening, we have two of our local vendors, J.R. Judd Violins and Robert M. Sides Family Music Center. They're going to give you more information about this process. Now, it does say number 3 on here, and that third way of having an instrument is that you already have access to an instrument, maybe from when you played in band or orchestra, or from a family member. What we would encourage you to do, if that's something that you would like to use, is to get that instrument into the school so that we can take a look at it before your child needs to start playing it. We would like you to become familiar with the rental and purchase programs from J.R. Judd Violins and Robert M. Sides. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to share 2 short videos, one from each of the stores, and that will help you understand them better. We're going to start with J.R. Judd Violins, and
welcome to J.R. Judd Violins. I'm going to be giving a little video presentation on all of our string instruments. The orchestral strings are violin, viola, cello, and you'll see a bass behind me. All the instruments are a rent-to-own program here at our shop at J.R. Judd Violins, which means as the child grows, he'll get the next size automatically. Your payment remains the same. All the instruments have an insurance program that's included with the payment. There's no additional charge. And all the students who play violin and viola will get a free Kuhn shoulder pad with all their instruments. And then also the cellos and basses get a rock stop, and they all get a music stand that comes as a gift from our shop. We'll start with the violin. The violin is the smallest member of the string family, and it comes in all different sizes for any youngster to play. This happens to be a half-size violin. They're beautiful. All the workmanship that's done here in the shop are carving the pegs, the bridge, the fingerboard, the sound post. Everything is done and put together here into the outfit for the violin. The violin is a quarterly payment every 3 months at $38.16. The viola is the next instrument in the line. The viola comes with the same type of case. It's a little larger instrument, but again, they are all fitted to the child's exact size they would need. It plays a different clef, and the viola is a payment of $44.52 a quarter, so every 3 months, $44.52. The child will get all the same things, and we do all the same amount of work on all of these instruments also. We also have cellos. The cello comes in all different sizes. For school students, I would say probably a quarter, half, 3/4 size are the typical. They're all beautiful instruments. Again, we carve the bridge, the fingerboard, the pegs, the nut. All the work is hand done here in our shop. This is our specialty here at J.R. Judd Violins, doing all the hand work. Your cello payment is a monthly payment of $40.28. These also come with a nice bag, the J.R. Judd bag, which is actually made right here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, made in America. Very nice. And the bag comes with it. Also the bow, the music stand also. So a cello payment, it's monthly, $40.28, and that includes the insurance and all taxes on it. The final instrument that's in the orchestral strings is the double bass. This is a quarter-size bass that I'm holding, and it's a little bit large, you might think, but it's perfect for a student who's probably in the fourth grade, maybe the fifth grade. We also have eighth size basses also. The bass is a payment of $57.24, and it's a monthly payment, and they're all, again, made out of wood. All the work's done here in the shop. We also do a bridge that's adjustable, so the player and the teacher can adjust the action on the instrument wherever they would like. The basses are obviously the biggest instrument, but come with a bag and bow, just like the cellos, and that monthly payment, again, includes all taxes and insurance. So all the instruments, the violins, viola, cello, and bass, are all rent-to-own program, which just means once you get started, you'll move up into the instrument to the next size. Eventually, once the child reaches the full size, they will actually have their own instrument that's probably already almost paid for by then, or close to it. So the rent-to-own program is also covers all the insurance. Everything's covered in an insurance program on the instruments except for the strings. For more information about the violin shop, just contact us on our website at jrjuddviolins.com. There's a lot more information there too. If you've missed something, you could always call the shop also. The number will be listed at the bottom of this video. Thanks so much, and we hope you'll rent an instrument from us here at J.R. Judd Violins.
And from there, we are going to go to, well, not one of those. We're going to go to the Robert M. Sides video. And it should jump in full screen.
Hi, I'm Peter Sides, third-generation co-owner and president of Robert M. Sides Family Music Centers. Since 1937, we've taken great pride in the thousands of schools and families we've served in helping them get their start with music education. We're thrilled that you're visiting with us today to watch this video, learning more about our instrument rental program and how easy it is to get started with band and orchestra. At Robert M. Sides, we take great pride in helping thousands of students experience the joy of making music. With low monthly payments and no long-term commitment, our risk-free rental program makes it easy to participate in band and orchestra programs offered by your school. Our instrument rental program allows you to start playing for just $25.95. Our starter pack includes everything you need to get started with your instrument rental, from a comprehensive set of accessories to your lesson book selected by your teacher, music stand, and also your instrument of choice. Our instrument rental program and starter pack come with some exclusive features you won't find anywhere else. Drum and percussion students will get a pair of mallets and a pair of drumsticks. Woodwind players will get an inverted style wrap ligature and 2 French cane Van Doren reeds. Saxophone players also get their neck strap. Our brass players will have a comprehensive care kit with all the oil, grease, and individual cleaning products you need to properly maintain your instrument at home. Violin and violas will get professional adjustable height shoulder rest for ease of playing and positioning while practicing. Cellists also get a rock stop. After your trial period, you'll make monthly rental payments until you own your student instrument or until you decide to return them. Automatic billing is available, so you never need to remember to make a monthly payment. Our program is month to month, but it's a rent-to-own program where 100% of your monthly rental payment goes towards the purchase of your instrument. At any time, you can exchange your instrument if your child wishes to stay in music but try a different instrument. 100% of your rental credit will transfer with you to the new instrument. Fractional string players take their rental credit with them through free exchanges as they move up through the different sizes. In addition to renting instruments, we also sell instruments. You can purchase an instrument now at up to a 40% discount. Our rental customers still also receive a 40% discount off the unpaid balance should you wish to pay off your contract ahead of time. When your child's ready to advance, you can transfer your payments from your beginning level instrument to a first chair performance level instrument for rental or purchase. All of our rentals are supported by our unparalleled commitment to service. Our maintenance and repair coverages provide peace of mind during your rental. We'll take care of routine repairs, accidental damage, and even loss due to fire or theft. We have the area's largest repair facility with 11 professional band and orchestra technicians. Our repair team are a trusted resource for many schools, universities, and professional musicians throughout Pennsylvania and New York. From simple cleanings to complete repads and overhaul, we can take care of it all. Our 7 educational sales representatives bring over 100 years of experience in music education and performance to your school every week. They pick up instruments that need repair, deliver supplies, free loaner instruments so you don't miss any practice time while your instrument's being fixed, and bring those repairs then back to the school, all free of charge. This weekly service is provided to all schools within our service area. Congratulations on joining the orchestra or band at your school, and welcome to the Robert M. Sides family.
Okay, well, welcome back. We're going to get back to, by the way, if you have any questions about those programs, Mr. Sides will be with me in the band breakout room here in just a moment. And then, all right. And then, Mrs. Johnson, sorry, I got thrown off by my PowerPoint here. Mrs. Johnson will may be able to answer some of the rental questions, even though if you go to any of their websites, it will be really easy to find answers. In fact, they encourage people to go to the website and actually sign up for the rentals. So, all right, we're going to continue with our part right here. And here we go. So one of the questions that Mrs. Johnson and I get is, how did we choose the student's instrument, or what instrument was most appropriate? Well, first we base that on student interest. That's why they pick the top 3 choices. And we usually try to go with the first or second choice. And how we do that is we are able to, the other considerations are the physical characteristics of each student. For instance, if they have tiny little fingers, then the bass may not be the best option. Or if they have, let's say they've lost their 2 front teeth and they want to start the clarinet, that's going to be a very difficult thing to do. Not impossible, but very difficult. So we want to give them the best chance of success right from the beginning. The other thing we need to consider is the balance of instrumentation in the ensemble. Just like we can't have a football team of all quarterbacks, we need to have some of all of the instruments to make the ensemble work. Okay, what does performing music look like? Well, it looks like for band and orchestra, right now is a 1/2 hour small group lesson, 1 time a week. Those lessons will be assigned because of hybrid. The hybrid schedule, we are switching to assigning those lessons on a day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. We are not using the cycle days as we did in previous years. What we're going to also do for that lesson, they are pulled out of their regular classroom, and sometimes they may need to stay in their classroom for test or reteaching. If that's the case, they just need to let us know, and then we can reschedule them some other time in the week or just get them caught up with what they missed. Students will receive a grade in performing music. Their grade is based on effort, conduct, and as well as attendance. And in addition to attendance during the school day, students are also required to participate in concerts throughout the year, which leads us to our next slide, concert time. The real answer here, because concerts are required as part of performing music, Mrs. Johnson and I don't know what concerts are going to look like this year. There may be virtual performances like the kids saw when Mrs. Johnson came around to show the demonstration video. We may be able to get them back together sometime in the spring to put on a full stage show, which is what we're really hoping for. Since this is performing music, that's a vital part of what we do. Now, there are some do's and don'ts once you attain your instrument. First of all, tonight, do meet with your teacher after this main meeting. We're going to split you up into 2 groups, one for Mrs. Johnson and one for me. Also, sign up for remind announcements. That was part of the email that Mrs. Johnson sent home after we interviewed your child. We're also going to show you how to do that tonight. Make sure the teacher knows how you are obtaining an instrument. Most of you indicated on your original registration form how you're getting an instrument. If you happen to think you might want to switch from trying to get a school district instrument to renting one from a music retailer, then just let us know. Then we won't find one in the storage areas of the band and orchestra rooms for your child. Once you receive your instrument, be sure to obtain the proper supplies. Mrs. Johnson and I also sent a list of supplies that you'll need for band or orchestra in that email that we had sent out after we interviewed your child. A couple of do nots. Do not open your case when you get your instrument. You're going to really want to. But oftentimes damage happens right away when someone opens a case, because believe it or not, that's one of the first lessons. We teach you just how to open the case safely so we don't damage the instrument. Do not go online to find out how to play your instrument. You can find out how to play a lot or how to do a lot of things on YouTube. However, without having a teacher interacting with you, and yes, I know, I am a fully remote teacher, so I'm going to be online, but I'm going to be live and interacting with you. A lot of times some bad habits can develop that someone on just a video won't be able to fix. And finally, don't let anyone else play your instrument. Even if your big sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandpa, dog, whatever knows how, not a good idea. So the forms of communication that we prefer and the success of what we do really is a team effort between us, the student, and the parent. As a parent of 2 music students myself who have gone through the Williamsport program and are now at Williamsport High School, there is always communication with us, the parents, and also with the kids, and so that we're all on the same page. Mrs. Johnson and I prefer email and the Remind service. Remind is a safe texting way to talk to each other, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Email, we can answer whenever, and we're not going to be disturbing you. So if we do that once we get home or early in the morning once we get to school, we can reply at any time. The kids can get to us through Schoology. Mrs. Johnson and I both have individual websites, and obviously you can call the school and leave a message. Now, the Remind service. If you are familiar with Remind, you know how useful this is. And what it allows us to do is it allows Mrs. Johnson and I to basically send a mass text to everyone. It can be a text or an email, that depending on how you sign up for the service. You do not get our number. We do not get your number. It's a totally safe way to do it. We can also chat through the Remind service where you can contact me or Mrs. Johnson directly, or if we need to get in touch with one particular parent, we can get in touch with you directly as well. Now, the Remind service also can be an app on your phone, which has all the functionality of the Remind service, or it can also be just a text message that you receive through the service, either way. And I understand if you can't do it now because you're watching this program on your mobile device that you would get a text from, but it is as easy as what you see on your screen. All you need to do, if you want to join my 4th grade band Remind service, is to text at Elvis Band 4 to 81010. You can do that right now and it'll sign you right up for the service. To join Mrs. Johnson's 4th grade orchestra, text at 869E43K to the number 81010. Once again, that's 869E43K to 81010. If you'd like to do it now, go for it. Now, we're going to move into our smaller groups, and we're going to talk about how you're going to get your instrument. We can answer any individual questions from the meeting about band or orchestra. We can answer individual questions pertaining to Mrs. Johnson or to the program in general, however you'd like to do that. Now, I already have you divided up into, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you may have missed one of the meetings, no problem. Mrs. Johnson or Mr. Fisher have already sent you the required materials. Please check your email for that information. That's all we have for you. Have a great day.